Awesome, awesome. And then I'm going to make sure everybody's mute all. And you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up on Zoom. Give me a thumbs up, somebody, because all your cameras off. Thank you. Woo! Explosions of thumbs. I love that. All right. Welcome everybody to my home. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to have you all here. Many faces I don't know, many faces I do know. My name's Marisa, and this is my home. My husband and I live here. We're now empty nesters, and we have two children. One is in New York City. She's 26, and the other is 24, and he's living in LA. They both have great jobs. They're doing wonderful in their life. And I feel so blessed, and they've gotten to watch their mama build a beautiful business and help many people with their health all over the world. And I can't believe I'm saying that. My background is I'm a former television news journalist. I worked in that industry almost 20 years. I've been out of it for many years. I teach yoga today, breath work, meditation, sound healing. So all those wonderful natural modalities. Just came back. John and I met this week. We just came back from Sedona. We were at a Connecting with the Creator training, and it was just absolutely beautiful, bonding with horses and nature and cosmos and all that stuff. So when I learned about Life Vantage through yoga, Carrie Williams, my 5:30 a.m. yoga student, you'll hear a little bit more from her today. You're here probably because somebody knew Carrie and Maria Williams, our beloved Maria, who passed away on February 27th. Maria and Carrie were partners in this business, and her husband is here today, Noel, so we might hear a little bit from him. So anyway, we are what I say about Life Vantage, the people that I get to do my life with are extraordinary. I have the circle of yoga people and spiritual people. I have this beautiful yoga family of Life Vantage, which is a potpourri of everybody and who they are in their world. And that's what I really love about Life Vantage is the people. We are bringing the breakthrough technology to the world, and I'll never stop. I will never retire. I'm integrating from this beautiful spiritual experience I had a week, and I'm trying to integrate, and I'm so excited. But I think it's all the modalities that I know that it's just, Marisa, you're doing this. You're living life in the flow. And I want you to be able to live life in the flow. Whatever that looks like for you is possible. And you're going to hear from Gabe and Jill Pearson, top leaders in Life Vantage who knew nothing of this beautiful profession of network marketing. I knew nothing of it either. I worked and told people what to do, or I was told what to do when I did it. That's what I mean. I was told what to do. We don't tell anybody what to do. We just share a system and share our passion and meet people where they're at in their life. But you're going to get big vision today on many levels with your health. That's first and foremost. And then also, how do I do this? You're going to hear from two of the very, very best leaders of this company. They flew here from Florida. And their moms and dads as well, their children are now in their 20s. My kids were 10 and 12 when I started this business, and just from my home. And it was because I watched an ABC News report. So Gabe, I'm going to bring you on up, let you take it over.
Thank you,
and share, and we'll show you the ABC. And just his story is so impactful, so powerful. So I'm going to make the Zoom camera big so that you can see that you're on.
Okay.
And thank you for being here.
Let's do it.
I'm so happy.
Let's do it. Thank you for having me. All right. Good morning. All right. So who is listening to us for the first time today? Okay, great. This is for you guys, okay? My story is I'm going to bring you all the way back to 2009. We owned a wellness company, and in 2009, not sure if you remember that economic debacle or not, we lost 3 six-figure contracts in 30 days. I mean, we had a company about the size of like this, and in 30 days, it was the size of that, all right? But it's really interesting. I touched on this last night when, you're open and you always under-promise, over-deliver in what you do, and you have some integrity and credibility, that universe stays open for you. And our universe opened with a telephone call. I was asked to be a keynote speaker in Atlanta, so I went up there to try to drum up some new business and try to retool our company, because we were literally on that proverbial wall of worry, you know. I mean, we were on our hands and knees praying for something. And after my keynote, a complete stranger who was a LifeVantage consultant for less than a week, was mentored by my upline very, very well. She had the courage to walk up to me after my keynote and ask me if I've ever heard of a product called Protandem. Now, I've been in the fitness space at that time in 2009 over 30 years, and I've never endorsed a product. And I'm telling you, if there wasn't 8 to 10 people waiting in line to speak to me behind her, I most likely would have turned around and walked away from her, you know. But I couldn't, and the next thing came out of her mouth gave Jill and I the choice to walk away from a 30-year career in 22 months later. And that was, would I be willing to watch a 9-minute video on an ABC primetime investigative report? And I'm going to show this to you in a second. So I get home, I watch this video, and the precise moment this world-renowned scientist, Dr. Joe McCord, gives John Quinones his blood test results, the hair on the back of my neck literally was standing on end. And I remember elbowing Jill, I go, honey, that hasn't happened yet. That's history in the making. And if we can validate this, I think I found a solution to our financial challenges. So at that time, we were just finishing up doing some work with the Mayo Clinic. And I developed a great relationship with those doctors. Since I've never endorsed a product before, I called one of these docs and said, listen, I need your help. If you're going to put your precious name behind a product, where would you go to validate it? He did not send me to the University of Google. Okay, that's precisely where you don't want to go, by the way, unless it's Google Scholar. He sent me to where they go to get their answers, and it was the National Institutes of Health. He says, type in the name of the product in the search bar, and if you get a hit, I want to know more about this. So the long short of it is, 4-6 weeks later, after me going back and forth with him, understanding a little bit more each time I was talking to him, once he validated that product for me, that's all I needed. I didn't go to one of the most prestigious medical schools in this country. I wasn't working for one of the most prestigious hospitals in this country. I was a fitness dude. And if it was good enough for this guy, it was good enough for me. So I checked the box, started taking the product, and I just focused on learning how to become a professional in this business. 22 months later, we are writing our last payroll check and pursuing this full time. That was July 31st, 2011. Imagine the lifestyle since 2011, 6 Saturdays and a Sunday. You don't have to show up, get paid. You can work on your own terms, you can be your own boss, and we just grew a massive business. So what I want to start this morning, I want all of you, especially the guests in the room, to watch the same video that I watched. And I want you to pay close attention to John Quinones' blood test results. You will be witnessing history in the making, all right, if you watched this back in 2005. Now, something's kind of funny between all of us. The video's archaic. The music, kind of opty-dope, it's, the video itself is, beat up or whatever. But when you're watching this, what I want you to understand is that video took this company from $3 million in 2005 to over $200 million, well, actually, when we became a network marketing company, it was 2009. So think of 2009, not when the video started, but we were doing $3 million a year in 2009. From 2009 to 2012, $3 million to $200 million. So that is a very important tool. And for those of you that own your own business, I'm sure you would love ABC News come knocking on your business door and says, hey, listen, we've been hearing nothing but great things about your business. We'd like to do a positive spin on it. How much bigger could you grow your business with that? That's what we have in this space. Does anyone else have that? So I want you to be thinking as the video's over, be thinking from an entrepreneurial standpoint. Think bigger, think faster. Think about what we have that no one else has, because that's what I saw in 2009 when I saw that video, okay? So let me get this started for you.
Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Kind of scoop, yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company.
Are you saying that this could be a cure-all?
You're looking at something that will have a small impact, but an important impact.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease. We hope that when enough studies are done, perhaps such claims might be able to be made in the future.
Clinical studies to assess Protandim in both diabetes and heart disease should start in 3 to 4 months. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandom's unique benefits. They are published in major scientific and medical journals. The next video will bring you up to date.
Developed after 40 years of research and exclusively for LifeVantage, Protandim is a true scientific breakthrough in anti-aging. Protandim has been reported on ABC, NBC, and PBS, featured in the Wall Street Journal, and described in CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta's book, Chasing Life, The Quest for Immortality. Protandem's creator, Dr. Joe McCord, is a world-renowned scientist and a pioneer in free radical biology. Dr. McCord is the discoverer of the key anti-aging enzyme superoxide dismutase. His role in the discovery is so significant, the enzyme is measured in McCord units. For Dr. McCord's discovery of superoxide dismutase and his contributions in free radical biology, he was awarded the Elliott-Cresson Medal. This medal is awarded to distinguished inventors and scientists, putting Dr. McCord in the same company as Pierre and Marie Curie, Alexander Graham Bell, Orville Wright, and Henry Ford. Dr. Joe McCord has devoted his life's work to the study of free radicals, their role in aging, and the many problems associated with aging. Consumers spend billions every year on antioxidants in the form of food and supplements, hoping to reduce these free radicals. But antioxidants from these sources can only eliminate one free radical for every one antioxidant molecule you consume. Protandim is scientifically proven to slow cellular damage caused by free radicals. Taking one Protandim 1 time per day for 30 days turns on these anti-aging enzymes in your body. Your own enzymes eliminate free radicals at a rate of 1 million to 1.
I think any other supplements that are designed to be antioxidant supplements probably are no longer needed because Protandim solves that problem in a much more effective way.
Protandim is a breakthrough poised to revolutionize the anti-aging industry. It is an entirely new and scientifically validated way to fight aging, reducing your oxidative stress levels to that of a 20-year-old after just 30 days.
We found, as many other scientists have documented, that there is a progressive increase in T-bars in your blood the older you get. When these same people took Protandim for 30 days, the age-dependent increase in lipid peroxidation was completely eliminated. After Protandim, we could no longer distinguish the 80-year-old from the 20-year-old.
Protandim is protected by 3 U.S. patents. Universities around the world continue to initiate and fund their own studies of Protandim and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the hundreds of problems associated with aging.
Many academic scientists at a number of universities have begun studying Protandim because it represents a new tool. It represents a way of reducing oxidative stress that wasn't available before. There simply was not a good way of doing what Protandim does. Protandim interacts with the DNA in your cells and causes the cells to make more of a set of genes called survival genes. The ingredients in Protandim were actually selected because they're largely metabolized by the liver, which does not interfere with most prescription drugs, which are generally metabolized by the kidneys. So the general answer to that is yes, it is safe. The immediate benefits of Protandim are within several days, the biochemical markers of oxidative stress begin to decrease. And while these are immediate improvements, you may not sense that these things are happening, just as you can't sense what your cholesterol level is if it's high or low. But nonetheless, these benefits start happening within days of taking Protandim. The advantages to taking Protandim in the long term are that it protects your body from the relentless progression of free radical damage as we age. The anti-aging aspect of Protandim is one that accumulates over time, so the longer you take it, the more protection you will sustain. Missing a dose of Protandim is not a big problem. It takes about 2 weeks for the effects to go away. So if you miss it for 2 weeks, you're pretty much back to where you started from.
Fascinating, huh? I mean, I haven't seen that video in so long. I just get all fired up. I mean, it just, it's incredible. The addition, you know, the update obviously is still outdated, all right? We now have, I believe we have 7 patents on Protandim, not 3. Now there's literally, I think there's 30 peer-reviewed published studies on the product, and the operative word is product, not ingredients that's in the product, and that is massive in itself alone. So what we know today, you didn't hear the word NRF2 activator, did you? You didn't hear the word activation or nutrigenomics. So we're so much further ahead. But before I get started, what I want all of you to be thinking about is, and put that entrepreneurial cap on your head, all right? And think about opportunity. This presentation this morning is not about product. We unequivocally know what it's going to do when you swallow it. I mean, it's not even up for discussion anymore. The question is, how can I take advantage of this category-creating product that, in my opinion, was a 22nd century discovery that was actually made in the 21st century. We're way ahead. And there's nothing out there today that can reduce how we age, how we disease by 40% in 30 days. We're the only game in town. So think about this. If you owned your own business and there's no competition, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? It's massive. Now think about having a product in your business that no one else has, and to add a little bit of spice to it, you have ABC News. Is that a prescription for success? Yes. You know what I did to get to the top of this company was point, guide, direct, and then put someone on the phone that was smarter than me. That's all I did. And I did it over and over and over and over, okay? So let's talk about oxidative stress. Before I get in, I got to do this disclosure. Just understand this LifeVantage, you know, they don't guarantee, you know, your rank success or income. This opportunity can be as big or as small as you want it to be, just like anything else in life, right? And because this is not a drug, we are a, you know, dietary supplement. We cannot say that this product, you know, cures, treats, prevents, or mitigates any disease, all right? So get that out of the way, okay? So oxidative stress, you heard it in the video. Wear and tear, right, of the body on a cellular level. You know, it's like rusting of an engine. Me personally, to be able to explain to people that are lay people that, you know, never heard the term oxidative stress, there's nothing better than the apple, right? Once the skin is broken, you know, air is corrosive. It hits the apple, it turns brown. Just understand this. That is precisely what's going on every human being on this planet, right? We are aging, we're diseasing, we're cancering. And what this product unequivocally does is take the reins and does this. Pulls back on it by 40%. all right? And you can't disprove it. It's irrefutable. So what I want you to understand is oxidative stress damages the integrity of your cell. Now, if you really understand the significance of how detrimental that actually is to your body, you know, and what you'll go online and you'll look for all the products in the world that reduces oxidative stress, right? Guess what you're going to find? One. And you own it. I own it, right? So we have exclusivity. All right, we've partnered with this publicly traded company that gives us exclusivity to be able to grow a business by sharing with people. So what I want you to understand is our body, produces a natural defense system. They're called antioxidants, and I love this slide right here. Just understand this: how God created us. The first 20 years of life, we don't age. You grow. You got too many good guys in your body. This is infant born. You've got too many good guys in your body winning the war against the bad guys, right? What happens is soon we hit 20, that's when just barely your body starts to age. Okay, so you can start to see the decline. That's 20 right there if you can't see it from here. So right there, we start to age. Look at the sharp decline from 20 to 40. How about 20 to 60, right? So for the last 60 plus years, the biggest, the best, the brightest scientists on this planet has been trying to figure out how you reduce free radical damage, or the new buzzword in the space today is oxidative stress. Just remember, oxidative stress and free radical damage is the exact same thing, right? And so, what were we taught growing up, right? Oh, antioxidants. Take your vitamin C. Eat blueberries and strawberries. And I'm not saying, listen to me very carefully here. I am not saying that we don't need them in our body, right? We need them in our body from a vitamin mineral standpoint. But what I'm sharing with all of you today is literally monumentally more important. And that's slowing down the aging and diseasing, all right? You don't see anybody today walking around with rickets, right? Our diets are replete, right? You get what you need. Even though the food source in this country is probably the worst it's ever been, you don't see deficiencies, right? And diseases right now. So what I want you to understand is we have something that every single person on this planet needs, right? And we're the only game in town. So what happens is when you take Protandim, the minute you take it, Dr. McCord just said on the video, how many days? 2 or 3 days. Your body starts doing what it hadn't done since it was 20, right? And that's make more good guys. And listen to me, who has the most good guys in the end wins, okay? He said survival genes. You don't have to understand science. Does everyone know what the word survival means? When you pair that word survival to your health, do you think that sounds pretty important? I want to hear it. Boom. Yeah. Everyone that you love and care for, boom, right? This, all right? Now, the downside, because we live in such a vain society, this works inside the cell. Something foods don't do, by the way. Foods don't work inside the cell, right? This works inside the cell, all right? So it turns on this pathway called NRF2, and it starts producing what are called survival genes. Those are antioxidant enzymes, anti-inflammatory enzymes, and antifibrotic enzymes. Very, very important. And as you age, they do this. Now, this is what it looks like. I'm visual. This is 20. This is good guys. This is bad guys. We just turned 20. Before 20, good guys are up here, bad guys are down here. That's why we didn't age. But now it's 20. Well, now let's fast forward a decade. Now you're 30. The good guys are heading south. I'm going to tell you in a second how we get oxidative stress. The bad guys are heading north. So when you see a disparity between the two, that is called oxidative stress. Now, I don't even remember. I'm 65. At 30, what do you have? Dry skin behind the knee, maybe? You're still invincible, right? How about 40? Looks like this. Now you have a dadgummit, a liver spot on your face, right? 50? Now, oh my goodness, I got gray hair. What's going on? When you, listen to me, when you take this product, it does this. So I'm 65. If you're looking under a microscope at my blood, the person who's reading it will put all in money that I'm a 20-year-old because I have the amount of good guys I had when I was 20. Now think about how you felt when you were 20. Did you recover faster? Did you have any aches and pains? Right? Did you sleep better? I can go on and on and on. So this is a big, big deal right here. And what Carrie and I and all the leaders in this company want is we want people screaming at the mountaintops what we have. We're not about going and get customers. You get customers by default. All right? Customers don't go get customers. Consultants get customers. So we've been frustrated because we have this incredible company with literally the best product on the planet. And we should be at $1 billion right now. But because the product is so good, everybody's, well, that's so easy to sell me on the product. That doesn't make a dent in the dent on the value of this company. We need to take this company from 200 million, where it's at now, to 500 million. All right? So we need more soldiers screaming at the mountaintops, opportunity, what we have. Right? So, next slide. Okay? This is how Protandim was put together. All right? You have 5 plants. And the secret sauce is the synergy of the 5 ingredients that work together. And when they work together, that's the red bar, right? So you have 2 Ayurvedics, ashwagandha, which is good for reducing stress, like cortisol. It makes you feel calm, right? You have bacopa, which is mental clarity and focus. You have milk thistle, which detoxifies the liver. You have green tea extract. Most of you have heard of green tea. Thermogenic, energy, metabolism, I can go on and on and on. Anti-cancer, all kinds of good stuff. And then you have turmeric, anti-inflammatory. So this was a peer-reviewed study. So what Dr. McCord found out was the synergy of the 5 ingredients changes the chemistry. It shot up gene expression by 18-fold and was able to flip on this pathway. That was monumental. And we didn't know about that till way after the ABC Primetime News piece. So it flips on that pathway, right? So listen to me. Taking antioxidants are a thing of the past. Having your body make them is the future. So the word supplementation is a thing of the past. It's already been replaced by the word activation. You with me? So don't tell somebody, oh, I'm endorsing a supplement. Oh, no, you're not endorsing a supplement. You are pioneering a new paradigm in health called the activation of pathways. And it's your responsibility to teach every single person that you love and care for what that means, right? It's called nutrigenomics, right? The study of nutrition and whole natural compounds, foods, how it affects our genes. So it turns up your good genes and turns down your bad genes. That's what we're in the process of delivering to the world. You with me?
Yes.
Is the vision getting bigger?
Yes.
We're just not pill salesmen, okay? Oh my goodness, all right? Okay, in the video, the updated video, you saw the difference between taking them. How many do you neutralize at a time?
1 million.
No, when you take them.
1 million.
No, when you take them, you only neutralize 1 at a time. So those are antioxidants from food and supplements. Okay. So remember, when you take them, you're only neutralizing 1 at a time. All right. When your body's making them, you're neutralizing 1,000,000 per second. What team do you want to be on?
1,000,000%.
You want to be on the one and done team or the 1 to 1,000,000 team? I became a millionaire saying that statement, by the way, and please start using that. And this is what I shared last night. This is how many bad guys your body makes in 24 hours, right? It's 3 times the power of 10. I think it's 23 or 24 zeros. I can't remember. 23. I was right last night? Thank you. So 3 times,
I should have brought my little.
all right, 10, 23 times. So it's this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's how many free radicals your body makes in a day. And for the last 60 years, we've been touting on blueberries and strawberries and vitamin C that neutralizes 1 at a time. One at a time when your body's making this.
That's a lot of berries.
Okay? So, as the video says, you have to eat 400 oranges in a day. Is that possible? I don't even think that's possible. 500 cups of broccoli. I know that ain't possible. 110 cups of blueberries, or 120 tablets of vitamin C, or not one bottle, 1 tablet. 1 tablet versus that. A no freaking brainer, right? So what's the average it reduces in 40%? I mean, excuse me, in 30 days? I gave you the answer. So what's 40% of 23? Right? Half of that would be what? 11? So let's say this. I'm visual. I love visual stuff. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. 40%. Bye-bye. 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 How many is that? 6, 7, 8, probably 9, maybe 10. That's because of Protandim. Bye-bye. With vitamin C, it doesn't make a dent in the dent on the 10. All right? It's an absolute no freaking brainer. And everyone says, well, let me go talk to my doctor about that. Your doctor don't even know what the NRF2 pathway is, all right? You're supposed to go teach the doctor, right? That, by the way, that's exactly what I did. And my business has probably some of the biggest, best, and the brightest. So I'm telling you, folks, that's all you need to do. I can stop right now. Let's get everyone signed up that's not a consultant, and let's start working on how to become a professional in this business. Why do I have to go any further? We have something that nobody else has. What that does to your body, you can't even understand the significance of it, right? I've just been around it for 17 years, and that's why I've never missed a day in 17 years of this product. Jill touched on this last night, that we had, the fortunate luck, I'm going to say the word luck, to have dinner with Dr. Joe McCord after the Lead Academies. Probably for how long? For about a year or 2, right? Until he retired.
Yeah.
So we went to dinner with this guy. I mean, we were like goo and gaga. I mean, it was like, I was like, okay.
I mean, we had him on a yacht in the river. I mean,
I brought him to Jacksonville, put him in front of 21 CEOs, people that I did business with in Jacksonville. I developed wellness programs, for Fortune 500 companies. I developed a nationally recognized program that reverses metabolic syndrome. I had that man on my team. Do you think that was a win? Oh my goodness, These are the universities. This is what's called third party. Do you understand what third party means? LifeVantage doesn't take the wallet and says, okay, we're going to pay you to do studies. They use their own money to pay studies, right? And they're the biggest, the best, and the brightest. Right? I made the comment last night, the American Heart Association, everyone's heard of the American Heart Association. By the way, we have 6 heart studies. They've never funded a study on a dietary supplement before. So, and they spent millions of dollars on this. Do you think they just said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it because Dr. Joe McCord discovered SOD, so we're going to do it? No, they tried to find out a reason not to do it, and they couldn't, and that's why they did the study. And there were multiple after that. It's a big freaking deal. And when you're talking to people about this business, you have to have the excitement, the belief, right, that I do about this. They just don't get it. They just don't understand how big this actually is. So you have those, okay? This is my favorite of all time. The Washington State University says we may be on the verge of a new literature on health effects of NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. You know what that means right there? What they're saying is NRF2 activation gets to the root cause. It gets your own body to do its own work, what your body was meant to do. It's not putting two ibuprofens in your mouth, right, to get rid of your headache 10 minutes later. That puts a Band-Aid on it. Activation finds out why you got the headache and gets rid of it. That makes sense? This is whole new science right here, okay? Okay, I want you to understand what happens when your body's out of whack and you have uncontrolled oxidative stress. Look at all the organs, everything in the body, and these are just some of the diseases. There's over 400 diseases now, and the last number that I have heard is oxidative stress is literally connected to over 98% of diseases. So if you really kind of put that together, oh my God, there's a big connection to that. You know what's interconnected, by the way? Brain diseases, Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, Parkinson's. I mean, it's interconnected. So a common sense person that has that understands the connection between the two, what are they going to do? They're going to go to the computer and find all the products that reduce oxidative stress. That's what I did. And I found one. And by the way, you'll find 2 or 3 out there, but just go to PubMed, put in that product, you see zero. You see a lot of talk. Okay, all right. So that's huge. What I want you to understand is the significance of how big oxidative stress is now. When we started in 2009, there's only 80,000 studies. Today, there's over 300,000 studies. It's massive what's going on right now. We didn't stop there. And I'm going to kind of go real fast because I know most of you in here want to figure out, okay, Gabe, we get it. How the heck do I build a business now? So what I want you to understand is Protandim NRF2, these are called Protandim, but they're different pathways. So you have Protandim NRF1 and you have Protandim NAD. All 3 of them are named Protandim, so I say our flagship product, the anchor, the one that drives this company, has a brother and sister. Right? And we know the significance when you just take this alone, you see the blue lines. Oops. By the way, the blue lines are good, right? But when you add the brother and sister together, it's the synergy between the 3 products that work with one another. Look at the green lines. You want the green lines affecting your genes in your body, you want the blue lines. Green, I don't know about you, but I want the green.
I want the green.
So it's an absolute no-brainer. I tell all my close friends, all my buddies are like, Gabe, you're 65 years old. You surf waves three times over your head. Well, how do you do that? I'm on the Tri-Synergizer. This is an absolute no frickin' brainer. Okay, it's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, so what we're finding out today is it's now the synergy of our products that work together because they're plant driven. These are just 5 other plants than that product. These are 5 other plants than that, and they all work together, and the new science is coming out. We just had a patent coming out on this product in collagen that my jaw dropped. Okay, it's big time stuff. Okay, speak of collagen. So this is an activating collagen. One has won all kinds of awards, just like this has won all kinds of awards. So what I want you to understand, every single person that you know, especially female, are taking collagen, but they're taking supplementing collagen. That is not supplementing collagen. That's activating collagen. That's getting your own body to turn on the pathway to get your own body to make its own collagen. And you know what happens when that happens? Your body doesn't make too much of it. Your body doesn't make too little of it. It makes what your body needs because it's your own body. So just have common sense. No one in here right now has any science background. Would you rather take a product that your own body makes, or would you rather add a product from outside your body into the body? It's a no-brainer. So that's what activation is all about, is getting your own body to do its own work. And the genius Dr. Joe McCord spent 40 years, by the way, trying to figure this out. 40, okay? And he figured out how to turn pathways on. So this is a new paradigm in health called the activation of pathways. Getting your own body to do its own work, what your body was meant to do, not supplementing it. If you supplement it, the powder, and this is better than nothing, by the way, okay? There's just something better out there now. Your body's only going to absorb 10 to 30%. It's because the collagen protein piece is too big. It needs a second step, and that second step needs to be broken down. So when it breaks that down, your body can only absorb 10 to 30%. So you know what that means? You just spent $100 on that powder, you're getting $10 to $30 worth. Is that a good deal? Noni, noni, noni. Okay? This is hydrolyzed collagen. This was liquid, right? So it skips that second step. And now your body is absorbing 90%. Would you rather have $90 of the 100 in your body? Absolutely. So this is an absolute no-brainer. Now, with this product and the collagen together, just became patented. And all these right here just shot up, all right? So that's what I want you to understand is don't be excited about this company right now. Be excited about what's about to happen, what's going on behind the scenes. I told this to Carrie last night. When we got started, you know, all the science was in the research world for 10, 12 years. It's just poking its head out, looking like this, looking out at mainstream America. And because of what's happening right now with all kinds of, you know, integrative, complementary, you know, preventative stuff, I said this last night, it's a big statement. I personally believe in the next 3 to 5 years, everyone's going to be activated. We're the pioneers. We're the first to be activated. Do you know what that means? Remember back in, I don't know, maybe 7th grade, you know, the pioneers selling from the East Coast going to the West Coast for the gold rush, and they were being picked off by Indians, remember? I have a lot of arrows in my back, but I'm taking those arrows out, laughing all the way to the bank, all right? People thought I was nuts when I started this business, right? It's going to happen with you or without you. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So now's the time to do something about it. You with me? How much time I got, Jill?
We need to.
Okay. This is what getting your own body to make its own collagen looks like. And there's 1,000 pictures like this. I just like that one. I just look at this and I look at 5 months. I look at these two.
We're at 11:30.
Okay.
That's great, though. I don't want them to end. This is so good.
This is becoming my favorite product now because I just learned that it's a prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic all in one. And if you know anything about probiotics, really the probiotic doesn't work unless you're feeding it with a prebiotic. All right, and then you fed it with the postbiotic. This is all in one. And what this product does, and the reason why this company, our company bought that company, is because it activates pathways. This particular product right here, our P84, activates 14 gut peptides. You have to understand your gut is your second brain, and we're learning more and more about that. Now when you add this, it activates over 350 other genes. So all this science is coming. Now our R&D is at work and seeing the difference. Just like 2 or 3 years ago when we were adding collagen to this, now we have a patent. Okay, so we understand how these products work. It's really, really cool. And then this is our product line. And what I want you to understand, we have a lot of products that are NRF2 activators. Axio, I tell you what, I was scared. I take so much stuff. I made the mistake yesterday and told Dr. Brimhall that I was not taking Axio. And he scared me to death into taking it. So now I'm not going to miss a day. Oh my God. What was I thinking? This is NRF2 for the brain.
And he did it in his calm way.
Yeah, and he's so, and you guys know this, to me, this guy is one of the top docs that I look up to in LifeVantage. And if he tells me to take that product, I don't ask why. All right? All right. So NRF2 NRF2 for the brain.
He joined because of Axio.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw her, her son. I mean, we're living proof. Axio for the pets. Okay.
Pet tandem.
Pet tandem for the pet.
Not Axio. You
Oh,
said
what did I say? Axio? Yes, I'm sorry. I
You
mean,
need more
NRF2.
Axio.
I know
dog
it's too
started
much
talking.
Axio. I just started taking it. I started drinking. I can't stop talking right now.
My dog started
And my
talking
brain's
after I
working
gave
too
it
fast.
Axio.
So you have NRF2 for dogs, okay? You have NRF2 for your skin. All right, so
The best.
I'm telling you. I mean, you look at that study, you see that P53 gene being turned off. That has everything to do with skin cancer, and that's how it became. It was just one product. Now
You're not
there's 4
talking about
products.
purity.
And no, not at all. I said gene being turned down. Plus, I already did the disclaimer, so I'm safe. All right.
Anything else? We're done.
Exactly. Okay, Life Ended Story. We were incorporated in '88. Nutrigenomics became really big in 2001. I told you the definition of that. The Human Genome project was completed. We introduced this product to the world. So this product has been around since 2003. We unequivocally know what it does when you swallow it. I mean, just check the box. We already know. 2009, we moved into direct sales. So what our story is, from 2003 to 2009, all of us could have bought this in a GNC store. Some Walgreens.
Even when we got started, it was.
Yeah. Actually, it was still in the GNC stores when we got started for about 4 months. So there was this product was in 1,400 GN stores, and they were averaging 1/4 of 1 bottle per month per store. Company was dying, not making any money, losing money every single year. It was only doing $3 million a year, and it was on the store shelf. So when the product's on the store shelf, you got to pay for the shelf, right? So it just needed a story attached to it. They hired a consultant. Consultant said, "Guys, easy fix. You don't even name me. Take it out of the store shelves. Put it in the oldest form of marketing, word of mouth." That's what I'm doing with all of you today. Shot it up from 3 million to 200 million in a few years, all right? And then 2012, we became publicly traded. When I started, this is a great story. When I brought Dr. McCord to Jacksonville, we were over the counter. It's called a pink sheet. Stock was at 17 cents. And when Dr. McCord, or the CEO of the company, David Brown, mentioned it was a publicly traded company, back then it was Blackberries, right? And you see all the CEOs doing this. And I'm telling you what, this is the message I got when the CEO said it was publicly traded. They were doing this. Run away from this company, Gabe. The company doesn't have any money, right? You're not going to have any product. Run. And I had to stand up, little fitness guy that trained the companies. I had to stand up to these guys, multi-millionaires, and said, "Listen, with all due respect, you're looking at the financials when it was in the retail space. We're not in the retail space anymore. All right? We're in your business. How did you build your business? Word of mouth? Relationships?" 3 of those guys jumped on board with me. One of them bought a piece of property in Maui, stroked a check for $5 million because he listened to me. Okay? Big deal.
The stock.
Yeah, the stock. Yeah, talking about stock. That's why I said peak sheet, right? So the story is really incredible. And just remember this, folks. In this business, stories sell. Forget about facts. Facts bore people. They just tell, right? Stories is what sells, okay? So I don't have to really go over this slide because you saw the updated version, what that is, who that man is, and we saw the ABC Primetime News piece. This is what corporate headquarters look like. We're debt-free. Some of the best board of directors that companies have steering our ship, helping us move in the direction. And by the way, starting in August, we have a brand spanking new CEO, which I'm really excited to meet. This is probably one of the coolest things that Jill and I have ever done. We were invited with Carrie and Maria to New York City for the closing of the NASDAQ. Super, super cool. Let's talk about the business model now. So how can you take advantage of everything I've just said? How can you incorporate that into building a business? The first thing I want you to be thinking about is no assets, no overhead, no employees, You can work from anywhere. Once you hit a certain rank, you can have your own assistant. Huge tax benefits. So think about, anybody here own their own business? Think about all the moving parts. Payroll taxes, how much it costs to operate the business. I'm not sure if the franchise or not, the franchise fee. It's insane. Absolutely insane. None of that here. We do two things. We get customers and we get customer getters. That's it. The company takes care of everything else. Even our website's free. If you try to build the website that we have, would literally cost you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's there. It's for you. Okay? This is the difference between franchises, initial investment, anywhere from $250,000 to $2.5 million. Ours is $1,000. It could be a lot lower than that, but you'd be making a huge mistake. Because people, this is a duplication business, and people are going to ask you how you came in. Okay? Think about this. What kind of business both of you own?
Photography.
Okay, so how much it costs for cameras and a building and everything they have, developing, all that stuff? You think, was it more than $1,000?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. $1,000, folks. And what's incredible, you get about $1,500 worth of product, and you get about another $500 worth of event tickets, and you want to be a product of the products. Mm-hmm. You can't sell something if you don't take it. That's like me telling you how to do a squat, and I've never done a squat before in my life. It doesn't work. No. It's that simple, okay? So just understand this. Look at this versus that. Payroll, $30,000. None, right? Average monthly cost, $75,000. This can be zero, by the way, but we want you on the product, okay? Literally, you don't have to spend a penny if you don't want. You can just go get your 300 in customer volume, and you're qualified to be paid all, 9 ways. This is real important right here because this is what you look for in a network marketing company, right? Now, that right there puts you on second base. We're pioneering write this down, we're pioneering a new paradigm in health called the activation of pathways, what's known as nutrigenomics. That is big time. I mean, how many protein shake companies are there out there? How many coffee companies are there out there? How many diet, what do you call it, the direct antioxidant companies? There are a dime a dozen, right? All right, highly recognized, right? We have peer-reviewed studies, we have patents. Wall Street, we're on the NASDAQ. This is probably the most important. Jill's going to touch on this, is our model, our business model, or how we get paid. We have one of the top compensation plans in the industry, right? We get paid the most out of everybody. And most important, it's a legacy company, which is really cool, okay? So how we get started, you can become a customer or you can become a consultant. If you want to pay the most amount for products, retail. I don't know about you, but I don't like retail. So if I was not going to become a customer or a consultant, I would definitely save money and have a subscription, just like everything else in life, right? Okay, you save 10%. And then what happens is you start racking up rewards. And then before you know it, the company's going to throw you a bone. They're going to give you some new product for you to try for free. It's pretty cool. Or some swag or whatever. You can become a consultant and take advantage of this massive, massive opportunity. Okay? Costs $50 a year to renew. That's it. So it's cheaper than Costco, right? You're saving 20% versus the retail price. Commissions, there's travel, all kinds of perks. There's the business website that's included.
And the app. Don't forget about the app.
Well, the app, yeah, and the app. Absolutely. Evolve is our compensation plan. It's broken into 3 different sections. You have share, you have build and grow, and you have lead, be a leader. So these are the different ways of being paid. I'll go into a couple of those today if I have a chance. Last night I covered a couple, and I'll do that right now. This is what's called a personal sales bonus. So when you sell a bottle of Protandem, right? the company's going to pay you 10%. And what happens is, as you start accumulating customers, when that accumulation adds up to 500, all those people that you have on this product you're getting 10% on, you're going to get a raise. Get a 5% raise. Now you're making 15% on every single bottle. Now when that accumulation adds up to 1,000, now you're going to get another 5%. So all those people you're making 15% on, they bump you up to 20%. Okay? Happens again and again. Okay? So there's gemstones attached to this. So you get like a really cool gemstone. You have onyx, you have emerald, you have sapphire, and everybody wants to be a diamond, right? Because you're making the most amount of money on that particular bonus. And there's some people that you talk to that for whatever reason they have a sour taste in their mouth on network marketing, like I did for 30 friggin' years, right? They don't have, what's so cool about our compensation plan, they can take the left route. They don't need to take the build, leadership route. They can just, if they own a massage, business, and they want to add value to their business. I mean, when you get a massage, what's happening inside the body? They're reducing inflammation. Remember I said there's survival genes, antioxidant enzymes, antifibrotic, and anti-inflammatory. This reduces inflammation. It's a perfect segue to their business on what they do. It's an added value. They're going to increase cash flow, and they're going to be on the cutting edge of technology when all the other massage therapists are on the trailing edge. All right, selling their potions and lotions and stuff, right? What, baby? Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Everybody, Jill and I have a plan, and we'd love to work with this team and our team to help everyone get to what's called EC1. That's the first position as an elite consultant with this business. It's really simple to do, but people get stuck on other things. It's 80,000 in volume. So just remember this business is not about you. So you can have 8 people on your team that you want to travel with, that you want to have fun with, that you want to make money with. And we're going to teach those 8 people how to have 10,000 in volume. What's 8 times 10?
80.
Now you're making money on worldwide revenues. Now that's when your life starts to change. Now you start thinking about, you know what? I'm getting ready to fire my boss. Okay? So as you move up the totem pole in ranks, you receive more shares. It's that simple. So I'm here from Florida. This is not my group. I have Dana Marie in my group. But the majority, if not all of you, are in Carrie's group, Maria's group, right? Marisa's group. Who else? Brimhall's, and who else? There, Nettles. You have a lot of leaders in this area. But if Jill and I can help grow this business, we're getting paid. So when you guys buy your product, Davey Wavy and Jilly Bean, a little bit. So why do you think we're such good friends? Hey, good buddy old pal, right? And when we bring Marisa, we bring Carrie to Jacksonville, same thing. So what that does, it adds a culture to this company that's unlike, you might think you know what it is, you don't know what it is. Okay? I don't have the articulation and the words in this brain to be able to tell you how just absolutely so thankful to be a part of this company. The end result is you want to get here, Executive Consultant 1. That's goal number 1, okay? So we're going to show you ways of how to get there, all right, in 5 minutes, Jill.
No, it's good.
Okay?
You just got to catch a plane. So
yeah, I know. We have to
I have about 5 hours of training that I got to get done in an hour.
So in addition to the ways of getting paid, you can earn a Jeep. The company gives you a title to it. It's not a lease. You earn all kinds of goodies along the way to that EC1 and above, by the way. And there's absolutely incredible incentive trips. There's several different ways to get started. You can get started as low as $224, dollars on this particular pack. But you know what happens? You might be talking to your boss, and your boss might have more money than you, but because of human psychology, and I can't put my finger on it, and your boss says, well, how did you come into the business? Oh, I got this, what's called a healthy glow stack. Well, that's the one I want. Without even researching or doing anything. And you can't change their freaking mind. So there's very little value when it comes to, what we call points, volume that are associated with it versus that, right? And to get started in the United States of America, your own business you have business in 26 countries, if you really think about it, access to 4 billion people. You want to grow your business exponentially faster. So this is what I tell everybody. They know I'm at the top of the company. I'll say this to Mia. Mia, do you want to crawl to the top of the company?
No.
Get that. Do you want to walk to the top of the company? Get that. Do you want to sprint to the top of the company? Get that. We all want to sprint, right? And this is the reason why you get it. Because now you can try all the products, and some of you that might not want to use any of those, just go sell it to your friends at retail that don't want to get on a subscription and sock it to them. That's what I tell them. All right? And then look at this, $484 savings. So you're buying $1,000 worth of product, you get $1,500. And then you get 2 event tickets. In October, we have our convention, which it costs more than it does for an academy. So what's that? You said $600?
$269 each, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, huge. It's an absolute no-brainer. And that's exactly what you tell your friends, right? And say, listen, 5 months from now, you're going to come back to me and you're going to say, Gabe, why didn't you slap me? Because you're going to be so much further ahead than where they are, because it's duplication. It's duplication. You grow your business faster, right? So that's the only pack that I hit Pro 5 my first month in the business, which is MC2. I did 20,000 in volume in 30 days. And every single one of the people that we got involved in the business came in on this pack. That's how I shot up to get 750 in volume versus 250. You want to sell 2.5 people to get that 750? You want to sell 1. And people that understand business, to own your own business with no overhead for a one-time investment of $1,000 is absolutely, I laughed at it. I go, there's no way. There's no way it's only $1,000 to get started, okay? And then what you do is you follow that up with a stack on what you want to get accomplished from a health perspective. So what I tell people is you have the customer price, you have the consultant price, right? So think about this. Just do the math. How long did I tell you I was on this product? 17 years. What do you think the difference of this times 17 years, or 12 times 10 is 120 months, like 180 months of saving that much money? You think that paid for that $1,000 stack 2 or 3 times over? You're going to save money too. Even if somebody doesn't want to, even have anything to do with this business, have them come in as a consultant, because now you get the product for a lot less. 20% versus retail. It adds up, folks. Okay, and what you have to understand, and we're going to cover this, is the difference between linear income, right, and leveraged income. I was a trainer. Right? If I trained me in the gym this morning, I am now unemployed until I train somebody else. How's that working out for you? 30 years in the business, the word retirement was not even on the horizon. I was the top trainer in this city in Jacksonville for decades. Retirement was how many trainers we ended up getting? 18 trainers. Payroll was killing us, right? I was able to walk away from that 30-year career in 22 months because of leveraged. That's like, I trained Mia this morning.
I wish.
And then next month, I get paid. I'm not trainer no more. The month after that, I get paid. I'm not trainer anymore. That makes sense? It might be small when it starts out, but fast forward and it grows exponentially. Okay, so you have to understand. That's why I have this up here. It's either Rockefeller or it's either J. Paul Getty. That's Rockefeller. What's the Chat GPT?
I know, it shows both.
That's what I say. You can say both. So I like J. Paul Getty because I'm used to saying that name. So I would rather earn 1% off the efforts of 100 men versus 100% of my own. That's our compensation plan. Understand the significance of that. It is absolutely massive, okay? So this is our income disclosure statement. This is another reason why I love being publicly traded, because every one of these monthly commissions is down to the penny, because it has to pass muster through the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Security Exchange Commission. There's no embellishing here like private companies do. They BS you to death, right? You know what that does, by the way? That attracts more people that have higher levels of integrity when you're publicly traded, because there's no embellishing going on. It's really interesting what I've seen over the years. So everyone's goal is to get down to the bottom. You know, you want to become a presidential. You want to be doing $1 million a month in revenue. I mean, the average monthly is $127. What Jill and I needed, we needed $2,200 a month to keep our kids in private school. And I'll close with this. It's the reason why we got started. Okay, it wasn't about the science. I told you after 6 months, the economy's going to be better. I'm back in the gym. I just couldn't see myself doing anything else, right? So what I wanted, because I'm just visual, who is one of my mentors now, I said, listen, I need $2,200 a month. I need reverse engineering. All right, so he goes, Gabe, you need to be a managing consultant too. And I said, well, teach me what I got to do to become a managing consultant too. And if you look on the income disclosure statement, the average is 14 months. I did it in 1 month. And I said this last night, there's enough talent in this room for several of you all to be able to do that in half a month. It's all about rate of exposures. How many people you want to talk to? And Jill's going to get into that today. So the income disclosure statement becomes jaw-dropping when you start to see the amount of money that's being made in this company with people that are just like you and I. Okay? It's insane. Okay? And what you never want to do is you never want to dig your well before you need water. Right? We didn't do that. I've been in the gym business my whole life, and I thought, I'm set. All these companies want me to do their business, and all of a sudden, 1 by 1, 3 in 1 month, says, hey, listen, we love you, but see the 150 employees right there? We're trimming fat. Wellness is always number one. Okay, I don't care who you are, right? So you want to have 2, 3, 4 different streams of income, right? So this will be a side hustle for all of you right now. And if you listen to what she has to say now, it will become a primary source of income. I never thought in a million years I'd ever leave the fitness business. I was in that business since 1979, all right? That's all I knew, okay? So I'm going to bring Jill up now. And then for the guests in the room, just thank the person that invited you, all right? Because there's a lot behind that, all right? It's not greed. It's not, hanging on to your jugular vein. They love and care for you, and they want you to understand what's available, whether it's from a physiological standpoint or a financial standpoint, okay? So just get with the person. I'm here until 1 o'clock, and then we're going to leave. And then if you have any questions for me, help you get started, help you get on the product, just let us know. I'm going to bring up Jill. She's the one that really makes everything happen in our household. I'm the one that, lights the fire. She's the one that keeps the fire burning. Okay.
Thanks, honey. Gabe, that was amazing. Just keep drinking Axio.
Oh, yeah.
That was Axio. I mean, wasn't that incredible?
Yes.
Now, what I want you to take away from
I'm going to
him
picture
is...
the two of you.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, and then... Okay, go ahead.
Did you get a video too?
I'm getting it now.
Stop. All right. So, the conviction, what I want you to take away is the conviction and the posturing.
Get me off the
All right?
system so she
You're off.
Oh,
Hang on.
okay, cool.
Marisa, I want to thank you for opening your home today and taking a leadership position. And I got so much training, I'm actually like freaking out right now. No, just thank you so much. And actually, okay, I drink too much Axio actually.
I'm on Axio X, so there.
I know. No, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is amazing. The community, the connection, the breaking bread together changes everything. Gabe, again, great job. His conviction, what I want you to take away from again is the conviction and posturing, all right? Because 17 years ago, I want to share that he literally we were the only ones in the state of Florida with LifeVantage. This was really a West Coast deal. And I don't know if you shared, but it was like a divine thing that a stranger came up to us and shared this. I lost my train of thought.
You were the only ones in Arizona, in Florida. When this came, we have a lot of things in Arizona, or it started in
Oh, I forgot.
Don't worry. You got
Conviction
so much other
posture,
stuff.
conviction posture.
Okay. So we were in. We had nobody. We had no upline. I've never even met my sponsor, and so he literally would sit on a couch, and we had these big, beautiful brochures in the beginning. It was this big, beautiful marketing piece, and he literally sat on there with his glasses on and read the brochure, and he had key points circled, but he took ownership. He took the leadership position to stand in front of the room. And that's the only way we grew. Think about it. We were all alone, but we didn't make excuses. Oh, my upline from California didn't fly in. We did the do. Okay, the next piece I wanted to bring up, and it was just my brain. I drank too much Axio. I really think so.
I think
just
it's
racing.
just you have so much info that you want to get
Yeah,
across
yeah,
in a
yeah,
short
yeah.
time frame.
Yeah, okay, I'm just going to settle in.
Yeah, ground down. Really.
Yeah.
Jill, take a deep breath.
I was like, can you go get the bell and the
It's right there behind you.
Okay, now.
Oh, the sound bowl. Okay.
Okay, because of what your leadership has done, you need to be like kissing them and hugging them. And you may not recognize what they've actually done over the last 7 days for each and every one of you in this room to lift you up. It's something called the event cycle, and they've done this classic. They've done this. It's so professional what they've done, and I don't think we talk about the event cycle enough. And basically, the event cycle starts with.
Can you make that big?
Yeah.
Hit slideshow or. Hit the slideshow at the top right of your screen. Top right, go all the way over, right there.
There you go.
No, just hit slideshow. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I love that eye. All right. I really have so much to cover. I'm not sure.
It's okay.
Okay. So anyway, for you brand new folks, when we start off, when you got invited, what happened? Tell me the experience. Did someone go, hey, listen, can you come this Wednesday to an in-home meeting? Is that how they approached you?
Yeah, I was looking for additional ways to bring in money, so I'm seeing mom with 2 kids.
Wow.
So.
And what did they say to you?
I have an amazing opportunity, and I really want you to go and experience this, see what it is, and
did they share a tool or anything with you? Did they share a video or anything, or just said show up?
She said that she has a friend who has been so successful, and it's just really driven her, and I really believe in the Carrie that knows the Carrie.
So there was a lot of respect.
Yes.
A lot of confidence in this person. Mm-hmm. So there was credibility and respect. Yeah. And that's what drove you here.
Yeah. Dang, the other Carrie did it right. Good job. That's impressive.
Classic scenario. And sometimes they'll share a tool, like a video or that income claim statement. Okay? So what you just heard was an invite. You heard an invite last night as well, right? A couple of mine. Mm-hmm. There are some of you are brand new in the room though. So this is the tool. So the tool she used was she edified someone you respected, or you respected the person that shared the information. And it was just enough for you to show up today. You didn't know what to expect. So that's the beginning of the event cycle. All right? And she used third party. She said that some amazing people are going to be there. This is key, you guys. So I need you to lock in. I need you to lock in like you're going to teach this next week. All right? If you're taking notes, you need to listen like you're teaching next week. Don't passive listen. Like I'm going to go, okay, can you teach this next week? Right? You know, all our consultants. So third party. Then we're sharing the opportunity, right? That was Gabe. This is this in-home meeting. This is the event cycle. Do you see how I take you small to bigger, to bigger, to bigger? All right? Because we can't fire hose you. We have to drip. We're just dripping information on you. All right, if I took you straight to a convention, I mean, you could handle it, but it'd be a lot. You'd be like, oh, these people, it's like a love fest. This is too much for me. So, and then we did a monthly. Last night was the monthly. Now, why I said your leaders are exceptional. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, and I think it was Marissa. I just got goosebumps. Oh, you guys just moved me. So, I don't know, you guys are just incredible. So anyway, they call me and they go, Jill, can you do a Zoom meeting with us on how to get butts in seats to begin to share the vision, right? This event cycle before we show up in Arizona. Absolutely. Gabe did a magnificent job sharing how to share this information, just like your friend did, right? Maybe because of that phone call, you showed up, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the cycle. But it was enough to go, hey, listen, are you open? I heard you say that you needed some additional income. I'm a single mom. This is a powerful vehicle. There's amazing humans there around down the street 20 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was enough for you to come in. So we did the event cycle. We did a meeting before the meeting. We began to drip information and build vision. Everybody show up on Tuesday night, right? That's a little bigger meeting. That was a really nice, what we call a regional meeting. We had corporate fly-in. We came in from Jacksonville, so that's kind of like a monthly deal, right? Quarterly, we just had one in Las Vegas, and it's a bigger thing. But what your leaders did, the Zoom meeting, they did the last night meeting, and then they had connection, right? Family here, breaking bread, having some additional guests come in. Gabe drank his Axio, had this amazing, amazing presentation. I mean, but what I wanted you to bring up, okay, so do you guys have event cycle? Can you teach event cycle?
Yes.
And I don't think we talk about it enough. And this is what these guys are masters at. Your leadership, listen to your leadership, and they're already building, they're going, we're having an LVA in May.
May 16th, 9 to 1.
Do you realize the commitment, and they're thinking, how can we move this and get momentum and get the word out, get the megaphones out, right? And so if you're in a leadership position, or when you go to EC1, right? When you go to EC1, this is how you need to be thinking. How can I move them? Move them. In that, see, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Promotion. Do you realize that these people became, do you guys know Don King? Remember that when I was a little kid? Don King of promotion, right? He was like a master. And that's how we got to master to the top of the company. And that's what your leadership in Arizona is doing. They're doing a masterful job in promotion or edification of event to event. So this is how we move to the top of the company, and I'm speaking to each and every, you're gonna be able to teach us tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, so when we, this is what we did, exactly what these guys are doing. Oh my gosh, whatever you're doing, you gotta show up Thursday night. We're gonna be sharing an ABC primetime. We have someone from California flying in, you have to be there. Oh, Dr. Joe McCord's coming in town. We're gonna have signs, McCord event. Dr. Joe McCord, we filled the UNF stadium. Not stadium, but like a theater, right? Yeah. Event to event to event, build vision, momentum. You guys
Can I
have
say something real quick?
Yeah.
You know what she's talking about? The system that this company implements, what is it actually doing? It's building your business. That event cycle builds your business for you.
Yeah.
Think of it like that. Just plug in, folks. Everything else
That's a system.
is system.
And I can't, on a one-on-one coffee shop meeting, give you a convention. I can't I can't transfer that belief of something like a convention, or what we just experienced last weekend when Carrie spoke on stage about her beautiful story, about how this income has literally transformed her life and gave her the necessary income to transform her son's life, right? Son's life, tragedy, right? Her mountain, how she got through that mountain with this income. Powerful. And we can't transfer that on a one-on-one coffee shop meeting. So thus this. Okay, so it goes both ends. I wanted to point out some things Gabe went over real quick. So powerful, Gabe. Thank you. He spoke in vision, and I went over this last night. Professionals, all of us are, we're here today to learn how to be professionals in network marketing, all right? Professionals. I'm a professional network marketer. And so he spoke in vision, and these are some of the key words. You're gonna be able to teach this, right, next week? Be excited about what's about to happen. We're pioneers. First to be activated. It's going to happen with or without you guys, right? How can you take advantage of this business? No assets, right? Pioneering activation. This is it. We're doing it with or without you. So those are just the key words. And instead of getting, how many of you guys talking superoxide dismutase, green tea, ashwagandha, I'm going to cure your disease state? Okay, stop it. Literally stop it. I had enough Axio, I can say that. All right. I want to teach you, because we go all over the map, right? I want to teach you that this business is so simple. But when I got started, I wasn't a Gabe. Remember when I told you last night, I was like, I had 2 small kids, so I was coming out of that, like 6 and 9, all the moving parts of the small business, no income, negative red. I can see my bank account in the negative red. Things like that. Still so many blessings, but having my own personal mountain. And so when we got started, I just didn't get it. And that's when I shared with you last night, we do 2 things. My mentor said, is African American, right? 3-piece suit, Rhodes Scholar, beautiful man.
Our mentors.
Yeah, brilliant. He said, Jill, we do 2 things. We get customers and we get customer getters, right? But I was like, okay, but how do we do that, right? How do we do that? And so I have a plethora of slides here, so let me find where I want you to go. All right. So he comes in, and remember the event cycle, right? You guys can teach about the event cycle. We had we would have monthly trainings. So he came in, he flew in from Wilmington, is it South Carolina or North Carolina? Wilmington. North. North Carolina. And he flew in to help us, right? So he comes in and he hands out this handout and everything, and he has this baseball diamond. And I was like, huh. And I was like, huh, and he begins to teach. And I just love this. So I'm sharing what made me go, aha, I got it. I got what we do. And I don't come from a sales background. I'm a video producer, right? And I don't like sales, right? And I don't think this is sales. I think this is about changing people's lives. And I'm just sharing information. I'm sharing a story like a movie, right? And so, but that took some time. Okay, so I have a slide with all of these. Okay, you can take pics and I can share the slideshow with you as well. Okay, so there's a couple more I want to touch on, but these are the basics of network marketing. This is all we have to know how to do. Okay, so first you're going to hear it today from me, but then what you're going to do, you're going to be able to, you learn it, you do it, teach it. Do it. What is it?
Learn, teach, do.
Learn.
Do, teach.
Yeah. I have a slide for that. Hold on.
Learn, do, teach. You just passed it.
Yeah.
Learn, do, teach. Understand, do, teach.
Okay, so let me go to this. So we want to understand, do, and teach. So you're going to be able to teach us next week. The notes and your active listening. Now, one of my mentors, he teaches it like this, which was really beneficial for me. Phase 1 is learning, inviting and enrolling. All right, inviting and enrolling. Doing is teaching and presenting. And then teaching, you're mentoring and training others. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, right? All right. Now, some of you may heard the term ITT, right? Invite, tool, team. Now, you got invited. You weren't given a tool. Sometimes we share the ABC prime time or just an income disclosure or some video, right? But invite
tool team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it backwards. Can I blame somebody? No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so you understand right there.
Yeah.
But this is only a piece of the eight skills we need to know. So I'm not saying this is bad, but it's not the whole story, okay? This is all of them. Databasing, invite, take a picture, follow-up, presentation, overcoming concerns and objections. I don't like the word close. It used to scare me. They're like, we need to close them up. And I'm like, wow. Moving prospects to a decision. You guys make a choice. We've shared all the information. You make the choice. We're doing this with or without you, right? Getting started, helping someone get started. So you're basically just going in a big circle and you're teaching them the database, the invite, the follow-up, presentation, overcoming concerns, objections, and moving them to a decision. What else do you need to hear? These are things that are super important. I mentioned promotion because it was appropriate, so I taught you about promotion a little bit, okay? Promotion is key. Now you can't go, hey, you need to show up Tuesday night. All right, that's not gonna get them there. And that's where we talked about the why last night. That's why you gotta have it in here. You gotta have it in the heart. Edification, I'm gonna try to go over that if we have time, and storytelling. If you notice, I share a lot of stories. It's very thoughtful. I really spend a lot of time finding the stories, and each and every one of you have your story. Each one of you has been through the same experiences, many of the same experiences as me, right? You just have to draw those experiences out and thread them in. But today we're going to talk about exposures and numbers and momentum, okay? This is how Gabe got to halfway up the compensation plan in 30 days. Numbers. He didn't get attached to the outcome. We share the information, move on, all right? How many of you guys go, oh my gosh, my best friend, she's gonna get started someday, and you just drone on, oh my gosh, I'm like, yeah. All right, so then we're gonna go back to the baseball diamond. So he drew this out. He had it like on a little a piece of paper, and then what we did is we took those principles, right, our foundational skills. I like to call them skills because I really want you to get really good at them, knowing them, doing them, and teaching them. Okay, teaching them takes you to a whole new level in terms of this, the heart, and here changes who you are. And Dale Carnegie taught me that. You get up in front of the room, you're a different human. Oh, Jill, I don't want to get up in front of the room. It's because you don't know where you're going. You want to impact lives. I'm here. I'm here for you. I've flown from Florida to change your life. Gabe and I both. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is what got me. I added the dugout. Now, my mentor didn't have the dugout. he gave me some kudos for that. I like that, Jill.
You've upgraded.
Upgraded. Yeah. So we got the dugout, and so I put. I didn't know what a database was. That could be a kind of a network marketing term, but a names list. What else do we call it in sales? Funnel. What other things do you guys have?
Garden.
A garden?
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
I never heard that.
Wow. Okay, you can put garden on your slideshow. I like that. So we want to fill the garden up. We want to change lives. Whose life are we going to change? I used to remember waking up. Okay, first I woke up and go, okay, how am I going to save the company, right? Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to save the company. This thing is amazing. Then I started waking up and go, whose life am I going to change today, right? That was my heart. And that didn't depend on events. This stays solid. When you get it in here, you don't have to go, oh, I need to go to an event. I have no motivation. Because you don't have it in here. So database. Sometimes I say 20 names, depending on who I'm working with. If you want to go to those EC ranks, we want 200 names. And that may scare you. You guys know 200 people. Okay, just throw down on the list. Gabe, you want to add on how you separate all that out?
Yeah,
I love how Gabe does this.
And I was taught this. There's 3 different types of people. People that you look up to, people that are peers of yours, and people that look up to you. And what I was told day one is you want to recruit people that you look up to, people that are better than you, people that are more successful than you, people that have higher circles of influence, higher credibility. And what that did for our business 17 years later, that was the foundation of our business. And because those people are so successful and leaders bring in leaders, and they, from a residual standpoint, none of those people have gotten off the products. And it kept our business rock solid up to today. Right. So you always recruit up. And then here's the biggest objection I got from people. Well, Gabe, we didn't deal with CEOs like you. I'm not around millionaires all the time. I go, well, how much money do you make? I make $50,000 a year. Okay, then talk to somebody who makes $60,000 a year. Shut up. Because those $60,000 a year know somebody who makes 70. And guess what happens 2 years from now? You're moving up slowly but surely, and now you've got more. You've got successful people in your business all over the place, and you don't even know who they are. Just be consistent.
Okay,
and that's it.
And the second piece is, I wish I had done this more consistently. And this is a skill to actively add to your database every day. Go, okay, I'm going to meet one new person today. And my mentor who made millions in network marketing, he put them on index cards and then put them in an index card file. I know we have all this technology right now, but I put mine in the index card, and I can do a whole training later on that. But always be conscious of actively recruiting. I don't have anyone on my list. Well, let's start now, today, and start adding to that list every day. I met someone at the hair salon. I met someone here. I met someone there. He surfs. He meets people on the water, right?
The last 3 consultants that I've enrolled were in the water.
In the water, and they're amazing humans because they all want to travel the world together and surf
together
and not show up. Okay, now this. You know how it had ITT, so this would be the I, right? But I don't like inviting. I like connection. I'm all about that connection, heart-to-heart connection. So that's why I have it there. And then what I do, okay, I have a slide on this, but what Gabe and I have done is we've actually broken down the invite. And I didn't go through this with you last night. Let me see if I have it. Let me see. I may have taken it out of order. Number one, okay, and it can. I just want you to be conscious of this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but number one, I want you to edify them. Okay, what I find is I go, they'll go, oh my gosh, Marisa would be the most perfect person in my business, and I'm like, why would she be perfect? And I get them to think, to discern why you want them as a business partner. All right. Can you give me an example? Anyone kind of thinking about someone right now?
A cardiologist that I know that I've been wanting to.
Okay. So why do you want the cardiologist in your business? Give me 3 reasons.
Because he could impact a whole lot more people than I can, and the influence that he has with the other medical profession, and because it would bring value to my whole team.
Okay. So I heard credibility, right? Influence. So he has a big circle of influence, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, he'll love the science and the product, right? Because I just know from 17 years of experience, right? He's going to get it. He's going to be the one that runs, right? right? I mean, I hear it all the time. So what we want to really discern, can he talk? Can he communicate? He has a circle of influence, so that's a check. And oh my gosh, this cardiologist, he needs this. He is so swamped, can't even come up for air. Well, how do you know he needs this? Maybe he's a trust fund baby. Why don't you talk to him? And so that's when we call it needs-based selling. Finds out their needs, wants, and desires. Like for you, I'm a single mom. I'm having to show up and punch in every day. I'm having to leave my kids. So I would actually ask you those questions. What's going on in your life right now? Tell me about your kids. And just really do a heart connection. And that's why I love that word connection. But I see this consistently. We already project that they need this. right? Well, let's find out if they truly do, and then ask if they're open. Okay, so that's the second. So edify, you're going to say 3 things. What's his name? The cardiologist? A doctor?
I have to look at the card because it's a...
Okay. Okay,
We don't
so
know. You could have made it up.
it's okay. Just kidding. Okay, we're going to call him Dr. John, okay? Dr. John.
It's an Indian name, so
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to pronounce.
We'll say Dr. I.
There you go.
Dr. I. Okay, so Dr. I. So we go, hey, you know, I love how you treat your patients. You know, you seem so heart-centered. You have a huge circle of influence, and you know, I can tell you're, you know, because I'm a doc too, I see you're working back to back to back. There's something I ran across, the peer-reviewed studies are jaw-dropping. Would you just be open to looking at that? So if you look at the event cycle, right? We're sharing a tool, right? So number 1, we're edifying, right? That edification skill is throughout your life at LifeVantage, and I can share with you more, but we're starting with the prospect. How does it make me feel when I go, oh my gosh, Dr. I, you're so heart-centered. You are a grinder. I see how you treat your patients with such heart and love, because he's Indian, so I'm thinking. And you have a great circle of influence, right? How would he feel? He's beat up. He's seeing 15 patients a day through a system, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So are you open? So number 2, you're asking for permission. So Gabe and I came out with this framework so you can kind of start to get your brain wrapped around it. Does that make sense? Edify, ask if they're open. What else?
Was compliment, edify, ask if they're open, then set the appointment.
There was one more.
There's 3.
There's 4.
I had 3.
Okay. So edify, there was one more. Anyway, so you see what I'm saying? We're not just throwing mud at the wall. It's very intentional and very thoughtful. All right? Because if you look at my examples last night, what had happened when we didn't do that? I got the crap kicked out of me, right? Mm-hmm. And I have another example on the invite. So in terms of the invite, okay, we came back from a convention. We're eating dinner with Dr. Joe McCord. We come home. Now she's my best friend like you and Maria, right? We come home. It's like on, it's a street right on the ocean, right? The guy, her next door neighbor, her husband's a wealth manager, and she got involved for community and fun and getting out of the house, becoming her own self, all right? She had income. So the neighbor is English, okay? We're gonna call him Mr. John. Okay, Mr. John, and he comes out, our hair is on fire with this science, right? You're not gonna, I shared this with Gabe, we're cracking up, I forgot about this one. So this is a little different than last night. So we come out, we're on the driveway, and here comes Mr. John, English, proper, you know. And we're like, oh my gosh, we just threw up, fire hosed him about the science, totally. And we
broke out the ABC.
We whipped out our phone and we started playing the ABC primetime in front of him. Yeah. And he was like, "You could," and so that obviously approach did not work. And,
you never know.
No, it was bad. He walked away and we both looked at each other. We were like, "Oh." That was bad. I mean, it was like classic bad. But I can share the story now with you, right? I mean, I've done it all wrong. I've done everything wrong, so I could have these great stories to share with you. Okay, so again, if we were to redo Mr. John, I actually made a slide of it. I would say something like, you know, because now I know, like he's, you know, proper and he's the neighbor. He makes millions, right? Hey, Mr. John, you know, we got back from convention and we're a little crazy right now. You know, we heard some incredible science, and I know how passionate you are about your health. You know, would you be open to looking at this ABC primetime? It's literally history in the making and like jaw-dropping science that I think you're going to find fascinating because you love your health so much. Or maybe one of your friends might be interested in looking at this science. You know, instead of like going, well, like throwing up about superoxide dismutase. I'm sure we went into a dissertation about Dr. Joe McCord. I'm serious. And then we showed the ABC primetime, like literally playing it. So you got that? So you'll be able to teach that story now, right? Right? All right. So I'm getting you to see active. Okay. Anything else on invite, Gabe? That connection. So I want you to just
remember follow-ups and the fortunes in the follow-up.
And we'll get to that in a minute. So we got the database, right? And then we moved to home plate, right? Okay, this is about numbers. I'm about to tell you in a minute. So we're hitting. So then we got the follow-up, right? Gabe's like, and the follow-up, I hated the follow-up. And I guess maybe I was just not confident and it felt weird. So I found this way to make myself feel confident that I still use today. You know, I just want to let you know, like, I'm going to share this ABC primetime or this income disclosure. I'm going to put you on the phone with Gabe or whatever the tool is, right? Because we're not going to share it. We're not going to give the presentation like just Gabe did. Make it easy on yourself. Why are you guys making it so hard? I think we have something to prove. I really think. I think there's some deep psychological that you have. Or we're not used to playing team. We're used to doing everything by ourselves, right? All right, so what I say, okay, you got it writing? I know everyone got video, but no one will go back and look at the video. So you go, okay, I'm gonna share this ABC Primetime investigative report with you, but after that, if you see something like I did, the next step is, and then after that, I'm gonna put you on the phone with my my dearest friend and mentor, Carrie Williams. She's going to share a bigger vision. You wouldn't believe the story she had with her son. It was just like yours. And so I tell them what I'm going to do, so I don't feel all weird like, okay, on Tuesday I'm going to call you and Wednesday, and then let's set this appointment. I'm telling them ahead of time so I don't feel all weird. Now Gabe, with his personality, he will do it different. What do you do, Gabe? A little different. His posturing is different, and I have to do Jill style, right? We're all very individual, and you're gonna have to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, I get to the end point as quickly as I can. To be honest with you, I try to close them right then and there, and then why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I just keep on saying why not. I mean,
but his personality works with that. What if I went, hey, why not? Why not? It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work. You're like, okay, Jill has posture. But that took some time.
But understand this, these are close friends of mine now. Okay, these aren't acquaintances. These are people I've known for 20, 30 years. So that's how I can talk like that, right? They've seen my success, so that really helps. I go, okay, I'm going to come back next year, and we're going to be that much further apart. What the hell is wrong with me?
I mean, he's got story after story. Yeah. This guy is so convicted because he got a decided heart, right? He needed to feed his family. Tell him the story about Siri Hardin. I just love that.
This guy was
I would have crumbled and quit. Okay?
This guy,
but don't do that.
Yeah, this guy owned a risk management company, probably one of the most prominent people in Jacksonville. He was the president of the Economic Development Board of Jacksonville, responsible for the Jaguars. I can go on and on and on and on. Very, very lucky to even train this guy. And he would show me, I can't remember the guy's name, some trinket, vitamin, dude that I looked at the back of the bottle and I didn't say anything. So he was into his health, and he got started with LifeVantage, and I was talking to him about Protandim. And the minute that he found out that this was a network marketing company, this guy's on his truth. He took out his checkbook. He says, Gabe, I didn't realize how bad things were for you and how much money you need.
Wow. I'm telling you guys, I think I would have passed out.
God's on his truth. And talking about posturing up, and it's great because, fast forward years later, I'm a person that don't forget. Okay? And so on a Monday morning when he's driving to work and I'm on the golf course having fun or surfing, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Oh, I forgot. You got to go to WORK. You got that JOB. Oh, you're being sued again. You know, how's the cortisone hormone doing right now? You know, and I'd hang up on them. You know, I have that relationship. So
You know, it's a beautiful story though of.
But Jill's point is
Yeah.
most people would have caved and threw in the towel and quit after that. You know, that happened.
But because of that decided heart, that's how we moved up the comp plan in 30 days. Now, we did get, I don't like to use the word, Gary did yelled at me for saying the word stuck once, so I'm like, don't use
Did he ever come
change
in?
his mind?
No, he never came in, and he died of ALS, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
recently.
And I don't know, I'm not
Right.
connecting
Right,
the
right,
two.
Hey,
Right,
tell
right.
them real quick about like getting stuck because they're not duplication or.
Well, oh yeah, this is a powerful, I'm going off track a little bit in the numbers,
okay.
but, so Carrie Dickey was visiting and I said, oh, we're getting stuck or something. It wasn't related to that. Let me backtrack. So Gabe and I, we went to Pro 5 in 30 days, but we stayed there for 1 year. All right, and so we went to an event. Remember the event cycle where information's transferred, and I know some of you go, I can't go, I can't spend the money. We've made millions because we've gone to these events, and we learned one nugget. And Gabe, do you want to share? That's your story. You want to?
Yeah.
Gabe was like, I'm not going to go.
I have a lot of pride, right? And the company put me on the stage 40 days in the business. I spoke at the very first Elite Academy, and it was titled, what was the name of the title? Gabe was in a two-minute drill. 2-minute drill.
2-minute drill.
So I was on stage with 400 people, very first Elite Academy in the company, on how I got to Pro 5 in my first 30 days, right? So they put me on a pedestal, basically. Now start fast forwarding every 3 months, Academy 2, Academy 3, Academy 4. Oh, where's the superstar at? Oh, he's still a Pro 5, right? I wasn't moving up. So I told you, I go, I'm not going to another one. I'm too embarrassed.
Now, our mentor was kind of mean. He said, if he doesn't show up, I'm done.
I'm not helping him anymore. So I went, but thank God I went. I heard Blue Elam on stage, so I had enough nerve, afterwards to go to him and say, listen, I need help. I can't figure out a way how to get to Pro 6. So he started asking me, he goes, how many meetings? How many meetings do you do? I go, I do all of them. He goes, what?
I'm proud.
What do you mean all of them? He goes, there's your problem. What are you talking about? He goes, this business is not about you. It's about teaching people to teach people to teach people. Yes, the person in front of the room makes the most amount of money, but he said this, how many people on your team do you have in front of the room? I go, none. He goes, that's why you're not building exponentially faster. You can't do this by yourself. Think about being in a boat and you're rowing by yourself.
The picture last night.
How much distance are you going to be by yourself? Now think of the boat with a team. You see what I'm saying? So the light bulb went off. And then he goes, why don't you just do what you did for the first 30 days in the business too? So I started doing, because I stopped recruiting because I had 16 consultants and I thought my job was the support, right? No, you can't stop recruiting. So basically, once I started getting people up front, 3 months later we hit Pro 6. 4 months later we hit Pro 7. 2 months later we hit Pro 8. And then 4 months later we hit Pro 9. By leveraging my time. And and if I was not at that meeting, there's no telling where I would have been.
That next LVA she's planning in May, you have to be there, right? There's no excuse. And we all row together to get to that next rank, okay? Powerful, powerful. Okay, there's a misstep on this slide. It should say tool. We share a tool, right? Right there, and follow up. So home plate, hit it, connect, share a tool, and you follow up. So the skill is follow up. So I taught you how I would follow up. So however that makes you comfortable, the fortune's in the follow-up. And so, like I'd be afraid to follow up, right? Because that's when the rubber hits the road. That's when you're going to get that, that whatever. But typically we get the no because it's the way we approach, right? Remember the invites I gave last night? It was the way I did it. Or the English guy. It was the way I delivered it is why I got you're crazy, right? or you know, some of this in the beginning, well, how much money are you making?
Right.
Because typically we'll go, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money and you can come home with your kids. How much money are you making? So you're approaching wrong, and that's why you're getting back that. So start looking like, okay, let me think about what Jill did and rewind it. Am I asking if they're open? Am I actually connecting on a heart level to find out what their needs, wants, and desires is? This isn't about you. And that was the hardest shift because we had always done everything by ourselves. We had built our company by ourselves, right? This is a new concept of teaching others, right? To be successful and mentoring. And that's why I'm saying you're going to teach us next week, right? That's why I keep saying that to you, right? Right. Because that's the next level. We need you in the boat rowing to get us to $1 billion. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So we're following up with a tool, all right? And then we move on, hey, it's time now, think of the event cycle, to hear the whole story, not just the product story, and that would be second base, right? Second base, hear the whole story. So you're like, well, what does that mean, Jill? Well, Gabe just shared the whole story with you, right? You could decide, I just want to be on the product. I'm not a network marketer. Great. That's a win. That's so amazing, right? Or you could join our team and earn a little bit of extra money, $500 extra, $2,000, or the big time money, right? And maybe that grows over time. Now, think about second base. If we're gonna listen, right? We're gonna learn it, and then we're gonna do it, right? So it depends on where you are. So eventually, we want you up in front of the room sharing, right? Does that make sense? So that presentation is a skill. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So number one, we've got the skill of databasing, and we're going to constantly add to the database every day. Number two, the invite. Be discerning and being cognizant why you want them in the business. Ask if they're open and move them to the next step. A tool, the ABC prime time, the income claim statement. But we're not going to fire hose them like we did with Mr. Ron, right? And then we're going to share the whole story. Then they're ready to hear the whole story. And they're going to go, I need more information. And I don't like the word overcoming objections. I like overcoming concerns. And that guy, that mentor with the three-piece suit, the white three-point suit, Dr. Herbert Harris, he taught me, I love this. This is me. You know, what else do you need to hear to make a decision? What else do you need to hear to make a decision? What else do you need to hear to make a decision? Well, this network marketing thing, I don't know. And then you know how to come at them. You know, just say, well, tell me more about this network. What are you feeling about network marketing? Well, my sister, she just bugged the crap out of me to show up at meetings, and she tricked me, and I just have some real issues with it. Well, tell me more about those issues. Tell me more. Do you see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. We're constantly asking questions instead of going, oh my God, they hate network marketing, and I'm done. Same thing on the invite, asking questions. Just be this amazing asking questions and asking questions. And I still kind of, I'll still jar myself and go, wait a minute. Tell me more. Why don't you like network marketing? Tell me. And it's usually like they don't have a clue. They just said it, right? So they need more information. It's not like they hate you or hate what you're doing. And this is where this starts to hurt here. All right? So you've got the skills, right? Close. You know, again, what do you need to hear? This is kind of all together, this whole closing and what do you need to hear to make a decision. But these are things you got to get used to doing, right? Because then you got to teach it. I have to teach you. And so you have to do it to be able to teach it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then we come back around, and then we have to help people get started. Everything I just taught you, right? Everything I just taught you. And I find you start to get a little nervous right about here. Oh my gosh, I got to teach them how to do databasing, right? Oh my gosh, I don't know how. Well, you active listened and you know how to teach it now, right? So, but if you don't, that's why we play team. You're not alone. Hey, Jill, can you come over? My my new consultant just got started. I know sort of what to do, but I don't really know. Can we get on a Zoom and let's do it together? Let's find out why she's doing this, right? Why are we doing this? But we probably already know, because when we talked to Dr. I, we found out why. And we're moving through that the whole time. So by the time I get to the close, I already know. I know what's going down, right? And so it's not this weird, like, okay, can we get them, whip out your credit card and let's close them up and wish that they're going to do this business. We know, and they know, and then they're going to have a decided heart. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. 20 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
20.
Okay.
Well, she's finding that slide on that note really quick, you guys. So we're all one team, right? We are one community, and everybody's working together, and everyone's really got to lean on each other, and that's why we're in the group messages, why we're in the group chats, the meetings, the team Zooms, all of that, because, like, I can only be in one place, like, so many places, right, so many times. Same thing with Marisa, all that. So just know that, like you're here to build community and meet cross lines, doesn't matter, cousins, everything. So just to be
even
aware.
us, right?
And the same thing with, like, the events. That's why the events are so critical, because I'm a single mom now too, right? Like, so just know, like, believe me, I'm in it for all of you, but we all gotta really work together and lean on each other as well.
Okay, so the objective, what's the objective in baseball, softball?
Score.
My key.
Home run.
Home run, score, right? And so we're moving people. So when Gabe did 20,000 in revenue 1 month, you think those bases were loaded, right? This is what I love about this baseball diamond. Those bases were so loaded, they were like backed up,
There are
right?
4 or 5 guys on each base.
We have 4 or 5 guys on this base. Okay, so we're like cranking, okay? So how many times around do you have to follow this cycle with these basic skills, 8 skills of network marketing? That's it. You guys have to get really good at them, okay?
Overtime. Not just 9 innings, overtime.
Yeah.
And you're cranking. Okay, how many times do you have to go around to get 2 consultants? I don't like the word get.
20.
10?
I think 10.
10.
10. If you do the invite correctly, it's 2 or you'll get 2 or 3 in 10.
But we're sharing the whole story, so out of that you might get a couple customers, 4 customers.
That's a win, by the way.
Win, win, win. All right. So, are you with me? So when he showed this, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. Right. Basic skills. Now, foundational skills. I don't like to say, because then you teach this. This is it. Don't overcomplicate this. And Gabe's got some stuff to go over.
So what do you? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'd like to take the last 15 minutes for questions.
What is your approach when, because I have someone that's been following me and wants to do it, and then he just said, oh, is this MLM?
Yeah, love it.
And that's my approach, but how do you,
I said, absolutely. And then you wait. It'll be like, because you're like waiting, right? You're waiting to be ahead. And you go, and he's like, oh, well, tell me, why, I'm feeling something from you, right? Be real. Oh, my sister, this, and you find out, and just say, okay, this is it. I felt found. Mm-hmm. I know how you feel. Mm-hmm. I felt the same way, but this has been a game changer. This has been, or is a game changer. So whatever your story is, because you may have had the same baggage, but you got over it somehow, so share that. I just share the story, right? But you gotta ask. I want to do this real quick before Gabe comes up. Are we,
Let's just I think it would be more beneficial to ask questions. We got 15 minutes.
Gosh, I have so much. I have like 5 hours.
I mean, we can do is I've got something I want to cover with you guys, but I don't want to start it and not finish it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just do a Zoom. Yeah, we could just. I'll get with Terry and we can do a Zoom on it because it's really going to.
And I've even rushed what I've done, but I'm not Gabe. You guys, I've had to do a lot of growth and development, and I couldn't speak up. And Mark Chisato was up in front of the room in the beginning. He always taught this, you guys. He's a master at network marketing. He makes millions, and I really look up to him. And he would put this up on the screen, and he would put programming, thoughts, feelings, activity equal results, and I'd be like, so? I'd be sitting in the audience like you, not even active listening. And then one day I woke up, the student was ready finally. But I'm telling you, this is key to your business. It was so jaw-dropping. So our programming is your stuff, you know, your baggage from your teachers, your moms, dads, right? Your stuff, right? It's an iceberg, it's the stuff underneath. We don't see, but you react. So as soon as you heard network marketing, he went, oh, you were like, right? That's your programming, all right? And then it creates a thought, oh, he doesn't like network marketing. Well, how do you know? You haven't asked. Feelings, you'll feel it, and then you decide whether you go into activity or not. And typically what happens is, I've heard a couple stories last night, oh, I just haven't done anything, I see it, and I've been in 10 years, and you know, yeah, I heard it all last night, right? And I get it.
And by the way, no different than our group.
No,
Okay.
no, and I've been there, but I've dissected it, like, I'm gonna master this, I'll get it. So programming, thoughts, feelings, activities. And then if you don't go into activity, you're not gonna get the results. So what I do, I've taught a lot of this, you guys, and it's really, really cool, is I call it mirror work. And I start off by going, my biggest fear of swimming in the ocean is what? Sharks. My two, okay? That's normal, right? I've had a few drowning, that kind of thing, right? Okay, my biggest fear of leading my team is letting them down, right? That's what came out. So what I want you to do is whatever your thing is, because now you've woken up. You're not gonna be me sitting on that for a few years, because you're active listening and you're gonna teach this. And if I heard you last night, there's a reason why you're not moving into activity, right? There's a reason. And I need you to find out, because this is way too big. Too much money at stake, too many lives to impact. And you heard my whole spiel on that last night. My biggest fear of inviting is, what is it, right?
Rejection.
Okay, why? What is that?
It's everybody's.
Or maybe it's your fear of network marketing. Maybe you don't believe in the company. Maybe you think we're crazy. Maybe you don't really believe there's income. I don't know.
Well, for me, I'm a nurse, and I feel like I have to know everything. That's been my biggest problem, because I can't approach someone without having all the answers. I just feel like I need to have all the answers.
You don't.
And I'm gonna think that they think less of me if I don't have them.
And they won't, because it's a new paradigm. I mean, every doctor I've talked to, most of them had no clue what the NRF2 pathway was.
Okay, so
just like me, I didn't know what it was. You have to learn it.
A couple things, like immediately I went, there's a block there, because you felt like you had to know it all. So right there's a block, because I think about 100 times I said, use the team. Are you open to looking at something? Here's a video. Let me put you on the phone with Carrie Williams. Did I say anything about like having to share a presentation? They're going to go, what is it?
Right, what is it?
What is it? You know, that's a great question. I'm not the one to share. What I've seen is profound, but let me put you on the phone with Carrie Williams, because she's had this incredible experience, and she can share the details much more effectively. Or the first step is, great question. The first step is to watch this ABC Primetime Investigative Report. It was history in the making. It's the beginning of the story. Pay attention, because I didn't pay attention to the video, and it was literally jaw-dropping science. And if you really listen to it, it'll change your life. It could change your life. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Use a tool. Use a tool or the next person. But I still heard there's a block there. There's some reason why you think you need to know it all. All right? And because this is a team, and professionals in network marketing don't do what you do. They don't do that. And Gabe didn't either. We always move people to a meeting. And we do vertical. Like if there's a doctor, we get a doctor. If we get
accountant, you get an accountant. If you get a sports guy, you get a sports guy. You get a professional business person, because they relate to one another and the language matches their brain.
Okay, so that's the mirror work. I recommended last night. This has changed my life. I call it morning pages. and just write. Every morning you wake up, like prayer time, just write. 3 pages, just stream of consciousness, anything. But this is really important work. I think was it Andrea did the, I talked to you about this the other day, like a video game where like they, at each level there's like a gremlin, I call it gremlin. And you have to beat the gremlin at each level. You know, I don't do video games. But that's like, you know, as you move through these ranks or these revenue barriers, each time you're gonna have a block or you'll feel something different. And I see people right about that 10,000 in revenue. They can get to 10,000, like you think they're cranking, and then they get they stop. And this I may be speaking to some of you, because guess what? You got like 3 consultants on your team now. They're looking at you for leadership, and you're like, I'm out. You go, oh, I'm busy with the kids. I can't show up to the meeting. And then I vanish, right? And you let your dream. You didn't have a decided heart. You didn't do what Gabe said. You guys, I have done 17 years of this work. Because each gremlin, right, at each revenue, for me to stand up here, are you kidding me? I would spend all day on this presentation. I call it the 3 Ps, literally changed my life. I get up, I prepare this, research, listen to every leader at LifeVantage, network marketing. I put together this presentation in my backyard. I call it the 3 Ps, changed my life, got rid of these blocks. Dale Carnegie teaches this every day. Not every day, that's his curriculum basically. So go out, create the curriculum. That's what I'm telling you, to the active listen. Because if you had to get up tomorrow and share this presentation, you go, wait, what did Jill say? How am I going to piece that together now? And I go out to the backyard, in my room, practice. Ask Carrie, she's seen me behind stage. Practice.
We're at the hotel, like,
practice.
early afternoon, practicing in that exact room. I mean, you have no idea how hard these 2 have worked to pour into us.
Yeah, even here, I flew in a day early to prepare. Even at this level, because I still have to, I know
Monday morning.
Yeah, I need you to, I'm organizing it different for you, or, you know, or something, customize it somehow. But this is critical. And I heard a lot of you last night. All right, so number 1, how do you overcome the block? And just be aware this is going to creep in at every rank possibly, because you're getting more people looking at more. Is it responsibility? Yeah, to impact, right? It's beautiful though. Look at it as joy. And another key is I show up out of love. I go through, I'm going to show up with love, and I'm going to go, you know, I'm showing up. I'm showing up for you. Even though I'm like, ooh, a little nervous inside my heart, I'm going to show up for you. And I pray. I do the writing. I prepare. I call it the 3 Ps. Practice, present. Prepare, practice, and present. Prepare, practice, and present. Even if you don't have to show up tomorrow, start doing it now. And do you know how many times I've coached this? Learn your story and learn the product story. If you notice, Gabe had 6 stories in his presentation. He had his own personal story. He had the product story, the company story. You follow me? Comp plan story, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's 6 of them. Why don't you just start with your own story? 2-minute story about why LifeVantage. You heard his story. You've heard my story. I'm sure you've heard all these leaders' stories. They practiced. And then, can you do the product story for me? Could you actually do what Gabe did?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's easy when you got a PowerPoint.
No.
Those are cheat notes.
It wasn't easy for me. I'd be like,
I like this one.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I like about and
We used
so
to have those tear-offs
thankful
with that on it.
and
Yeah.
so grateful and appreciative that you flew from Florida is because when you get to hear from a different perspective and a different presentation, it's all the same information.
Yeah.
But how you presented it, the little different things with the zeros, with doing all of that, it's totally different than the way I've been doing it. And it's like this light bulb goes off and I'm like, I gotta share that. I gotta share that. And so it allows you to go back to everyone you've talked to, the hundreds of people so far, and say, oh my gosh, I was at a different event and I totally didn't tell you about this zero thing. I gotta meet with you again because this is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just say, hey, listen, I did it wrong.
Yeah. I need just call them up and say, I owe you an apology.
I did that with the GLP because that's how I came in, and I didn't do the Protandim. I just did the mind body GLP because I thought that's what you had to do. I didn't know about Protandim until they launched the findings of how it activates 22 genes. I called up every single person and said, oh my God, I apologize. I told you wrong. I didn't know you're supposed to be taking Protandim with this to get the best benefits and to activate 22 genes. Get on it now. And they're like, I'm so glad you told me. And they all went back and reordered.
That's awesome.
Now, she has the credibility from where she is, but I want you to be cognizant that as soon as you open your mouth, you're teaching your prospect. And so they're going to monkey see, monkey do. I could never do what you did. So just remember, it's a monkey see, monkey do business, all right? It's like parent and child. They're going to do exactly what you do. That's why I dress the way I do. I'm showing up for you, dressed a certain way, prepared a certain way, because you're like, oh, you're learning from me the moment I come out of the gates. Does that make sense? All right.
5 minutes.
Any other questions? And what we wanted to go over was numbers, massive numbers. We want to become an SC1 machine, and Gabe's going to teach the 10-5-3. That's 10 customers, 5 consultants, 3 levels deep, and that's how we hit the top of the company. And that's whatever your goals, wants, and desires are. That's what we want for you. But this is a numbers game, so you can't get super attached. Just follow the system, the 8 skills, okay? And I didn't get to do as near what I want, but please, this is so critical for the majority of us, okay? This is so critical. If you have any questions about that, so what are the 3 things to do to remove the blocks? Even at our levels, we get them.
To prepare, practice,
Present.
and present.
Journal, maybe write. And my biggest
Mirroring.
My biggest fear of blank is blank.
And what really works too, and when you're by yourself, you can be in your own living room and come up and just present to nobody, present to the mirror. You've got to hear your voice. You can't hear your voice in here. You actually have to say it. And then what I do, I just write a script, and then I just trim it down. If I want to do an invite for 45 seconds, I have an invite for 45 seconds. If I want to do an invite for a minute and 15 seconds, I have a minute 15. So if you look at my notes, I have scripts and I have presentations all the way back to 2009. And you can see how it evolved as I became more and more of a professional. It's amazing. And now we're like, we could be script writers.
And so what he did as we flew in a day early, we were outside, so beautiful here, and he was reviewing all his notes over and over and over and over again for you for last night. And then this morning we got up at 4 a.m., we set the alarm. We've been practicing all morning, getting ready for this moment. So this is, and do it on a baby level though. Just get started, because it changes this. And when you approach Dr. I, you're a different human. You're not like
your posture's different, your confidence is different, your energy is different, your belief is different.
And you're not going to necessarily speak all that, but it's in there. I think they talk about, like, isn't martial arts like that? Like, you know how to do it, but you don't do it. You just know you got the posture of it, right? All right.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up today. We just need an extra hour.
We'll get you on Zoom.
Okay, cool.
Gabe, great presentation. Wasn't that a great opportunity?
There's 2, baby.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
The heart and soul.
Well, I've gotten the daylights kicked out of me. So.
We all have.
You put into your
But in a good way. This is all
Yes.
process, asking for referrals, I just want to be a customer.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
What about Jill? I have a question. So, I was
Thank you for
there
coming.
last night.
Thank you so much.
I knew, I better observe. I'm going to see her in Tucson. But tell me a little bit more about this. And I said, one thing I say is going to give you the picture of what those 2 people told him in a decade, we're gonna save you. And she's like, so, can you send me anything? I said, tomorrow I'll see it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Oh, hold on. You all. Hold on. You guys. You girls. Hang on. Thanks, everybody.